Buffets are usually known for serving cheap, low-quality foods that might give you food poisoning. However, I recently discovered luxury buffets exist. These restaurants serve fresh, high-quality foods, have hundreds of options to choose from, and they're supposed to be one of the best food experiences you can get. But they come at a hefty price. Which is why I've made it my mission to eat at some of the most expensive and luxurious buffets to see if their food is actually good or if they're still just complete rip-offs. So I packed my bags and began my journey in Vegas. Behind me is a Circus, home to the Circus Buffet, the first out of 4 buffets I'll be visiting. It's actually the most affordable one in all of Vegas, so I'm hoping that it's actually worth the money. Let's go inside.
Hopefully.
Good morning. Just for one. Got it. Thank you. Awesome. Perfect. Thank you. Appreciate it. So I just got seated, and first impressions, y'all, this buffet is very empty compared to what you'd expect to see in Vegas. With that being said, I plan on judging each of these buffets based on 3 things: the most expensive food item, the most popular food, and of course, the desserts. Let's go check out the buffet stations. So a typical buffet usually has a bunch of different stations with tons of food to choose from, which is why I was very surprised to see only 1 breakfast station. Literally every other food station at this buffet was completely empty. This is very disappointing, but I got in line anyways, looked through the food options, and unfortunately didn't see anything that looked even remotely expensive. If I were to guess, I'm assuming the eggs are the most expensive thing here, since eggs are like $8 a carton now or something. I don't know. I got some food, then noticed a huge line of people waiting for what appears to be... I'm assuming these are very tasty because by the time it was my turn, they ran out. So I had to wait 10 minutes while they restocked. So obviously the food doesn't look great. I didn't get that much either because honestly, I don't really want to eat it. This might be a little gross, but while I was walking around, I couldn't help but notice how dirty this buffet is. It is rated 1.9 stars on Yelp though, so I guess that checks out. But I'm still here to give this place an honest review, so let's try these expensive eggs. Okay, y'all, I promise I don't want to be dramatic, but these are the worst eggs I think I've ever had in my life. I don't know how to explain this, but the eggs are just like so grainy and gritty. These are not fluffy, and there's 0 flavor. Honestly, I feel really bad saying all of this. Let's go ahead and try these pancakes. These seem really popular, so how bad could they be? They're so dry. I don't understand how they messed that one up. I think it's safe to say, so far, this has not been a great experience. Sadly, the last thing on my plate was also pretty bad. I was not expecting a lot out of this buffet. I just did not expect it to be this terrible, especially because it's on the Vegas Strip. For context, the modern buffet was invented in Vegas in 1946 at the El Rancho Casino. Its main purpose was to keep gamblers in the casino for as long as possible. With that in mind, if I were the owner of this buffet, you'd think I'd make it at least somewhat decent to keep gamblers gambling, but guess not. Now, even though I'm very disappointed, I still have plenty of room for desserts. If I can get a good dessert from this buffet, maybe I can justify it costing $20, $25. We'll see though. I got up to get myself a little sweet treat, but I soon discovered the ice cream machines are not working, so there's no dessert. Yeah, so I had to leave. That buffet was awful. Luckily, that was the cheapest buffet of this entire video, and every buffet after this gets way more expensive.
I love your videos, bro.
Oh.
Dude, I didn't think you were going to be in Vegas. Why are you in Circus?
I'm doing a buffet video.
Oh, buffet video? Bro, no. Not that, bro. It was nice meeting you, bro.
Nice meeting you too, man. So that interaction basically proved my point. So I guess there's only one thing left to answer. Was the Circus buffet worth the $20? I made it to Paris! Just kidding. I'm actually in front of the Bellagio. Known for having some of the most popular tourist attractions, the Bellagio is arguably the most famous casino and resort in Vegas. It's also the home of the Buffet at Bellagio. Yeah, creative name, I know. Now, since this buffet is inside such an iconic hotel, I'm expecting very good things.
The Bellagio.
My reservation isn't for another 45 minutes, so before I go inside, your boy's gonna do some exploring and check out the other cool stuff they got around here. Of course, I had to do what all tourists do and check out the famous Bellagio fountain show. Nice. Then I went inside to visit the Bellagio Conservatory to see their beautiful garden attraction. Holy cow, this is crazy! Apparently, this garden cost the resort between $500,000 to $1 million every season to
Damn.
redesign. As y'all can see, it's currently fairy themed. So my girlfriend is so obsessed with fairies and fantasy books to the point where she's literally starting like a book channel soon. She would love it here, but unfortunately, I did not bring her along for this trip. Carrie, if you're watching this, please don't be jealous and mad at me. Thanks. After spending a few more minutes admiring the garden display, it was finally time for me to make my way to the buffet.
Damn.
Hello. Yeah, just for one.
55.
Perfect, thank you, appreciate it. I've officially made it to my seat. First impressions of the Bellagio buffet compared to the Circus buffet is that this buffet is way bigger, probably like 3 times the size of the one at Circus. One issue I do have with this buffet so far though is I have to go get my own water. Keep in mind that this buffet is $55 to $60 a person. I don't want to spend too much time complaining though, so let's do a real buffet tour. They literally sat me so far away from all of the food. It's a long walk just to get to the buffet stations. First up, we have the juice bar, a pancake station, pizza station, an entire area dedicated to rotisseries, the meats, a seafood
looks
station,
good, though.
the Far East station, no comment on this one. There's a fresh fruit station, and there's even an entire area dedicated to desserts. This is what a buffet should be. Now, right off the bat, I know that the Bellagio buffet is famous for their crab legs, so I gotta see how good they are. Grab a plate. But weirdly enough, after looking around the seafood station, I'm not seeing any crab at all whatsoever. Oh, excuse me, where are the crab legs?
We don't have crab legs.
Oh, another question. What do you think the most popular like food is here?
I don't prime rib.
So the meats are the most popular?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, got it. Awesome, thank you, I appreciate it. Well, I wish I knew the crab legs were only served on Saturdays because I would have made my reservation for then. But now we gotta change things up on the fly. All right. Prime rib it is. Where is that now? I asked the meat station guy to carve out a slice of the prime rib, and honestly, it looks pretty good. I just hope it's good enough to be worth the cost of this buffet. Thank you. Quick question. What do you think the most expensive thing y'all have at the buffet is?
Yeah, usually it'll be the crab legs, but I would say it's prime rib.
Okay, so this is the most expensive and the most popular thing here on Fridays. Okay, cool. Thank you. Appreciate it. I also got some roasted veggies, oysters Rockefeller, some scrambled eggs. Don't judge me, there's a reason for it. Behold, my first plate of real buffet food. Now, even though this does look better than the food from the Circus buffet, I was very disappointed to find out that even for $55 per person, they don't sell crab legs on Fridays. Why is it $55 then? This isn't $55. To be honest, I could be a little hangry since I didn't eat much this morning, so I'm just gonna shut up, try the food, and if it's good, then my mood will get better. I tried the eggs first, and listen, I just wanted to compare them to the eggs from Circus buffet. And thankfully, these eggs are immensely better. Then I tried the oysters Rockefeller. I am normally a very big fan of raw oysters, but these oysters Rockefeller or whatever, this was nasty. It's got like a pungent, fishy aftertaste. Not a fan. That was very unexpected, and with only one thing left on my plate, hopefully this prime rib does not disappoint. Now, all of you meat lovers out there, you will probably notice this looks a little overcooked. Oh, dude, no. That is so dry looking. Okay, here we go. Oh, God. Cheers. This clip is sped up, and I was still chewing on this one bite forever.
No way.
I didn't even take that big of a bite. It's so dry. I don't know how to properly describe how terrible this prime rib is. I was chewing forever. It has absolutely no flavor, and it's supposed to be the most expensive and popular thing here. Who else is getting this? I went ahead and got another plate because I refuse to leave this buffet still hungry after spending over $55. This time we got barbecue pork rib, vegetable lo mein, a barbecue pork bun, and stuffing. My only expectations this time around was for the food to be a little bit better than the prime rib. So let's start with the good news. Basically everything on my plate right now was indeed better than the prime rib. However, overall, it was still pretty mediocre.
The lo mein was super greasy, everything just kind of lacked flavor, and my mom would probably disown me if I made her eat these pork buns. So yeah.
I'm very disappointed right now because honestly, I expected so much more. I don't even know if I can rank this above the circus buffet. Even though there were more options and the food was, you know, kind of higher quality, I guess, it's over double the price and the food tastes just as bad.
The only saving grace for this buffet is that they actually had pretty decent dessert.
So I've officially finished my meal at the Bellagio buffet, and if I were to describe it with just 3 words, those 3 words would be,
not worth it. I'm still mad about the crab legs.
I literally sat down at this slot machine debating to gamble and try to win my money back. But I'm not gonna do that because if I lose, that is how the casino wins.
Or maybe Vegas is already winning because so far I've wasted a lot of money.
All right, y'all,
See the
it's
last
a little
one.
late, but behind me is the Wynn Hotel.
Home of the buffet at Wynn, which many
At
have dubbed
Wynn?
the most beautiful buffet in Vegas.
I have a
What?
reservation for lunch there tomorrow, which means tonight I'm actually
It's
going
gotta
to
be like
stay
$100
at the Wynn Hotel, which I heard is like one of the top 3 best hotels in Vegas. So I am very excited to check it out. I've never stayed here before. I'm also really sleepy, so let's go inside.
Upon walking through the front doors, I was immediately in awe.
This is without a doubt the nicest hotel entrance I've seen in my life.
Damn.
Why is there a carousel that you cannot ride? I don't understand.
This nice man named Masu offered to take a video of me with the carousel.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
Take more from here?
Sure. Here's good. Cool. Thanks, man.
Then I made my way through the rest of the casino
Right.
towards the front desk to check in, and somehow also got upgraded to a fancy room.
We made it. Floor 55. I don't know what to expect right now.
This is literally the nicest hotel I've ever stayed at. So at this point, I'm just assuming the room is gonna be amazing.
What?
What? This room is gorgeous. Time for
Wow.
Good morning. Let's go eat at a buffet.
I got dressed and put on a nice shirt for this very fancy buffet. Then I left my room, made my way through the casino, and officially arrived at the Wynn Buffet.
$70.
This
Not bad.
buffet is very fancy. I am a little nervous though, since we're off to a pretty bad start with fancy, expensive buffets. I just hope they spent as much money on the food here as they did on decorating the place. Let's go check in. I have a reservation under Dylan, Wynn for 1.
Give us my mommy, we'll get you seated.
Gotcha, no
okay?
rush. Thank you, appreciate it.
After waiting just a few minutes, I was escorted to my seat, and on the way there, I instantly understood why this restaurant is considered the most beautiful buffet in Vegas.
So I think it's already very obvious. This place destroys the buffet at the Bellagio.
No way.
I can't believe how fancy this place is. Let's go check out these buffet stations.
We got a seafood station, Chinese food, the meats, a station for Mexican food, a pizza bar, deli meats and charcuterie, fresh fruits, and this gigantic island in the middle of the buffet dedicated to beautiful desserts.
Yeah. Y'all, decor aside, even the food here feels different than the Bellagio. This doesn't even feel like a buffet to me. Everything is kind of served on individual dishes, so I feel like I'm just going and getting different entrees.
I'm switching things up and starting with dessert this time, because I'm an adult.
Everything here looks so good, I don't know what to get. But check out this ice cream machine they got.
That's sick.
What is your favorite dessert out of everything?
The vanilla mango.
Can I get a scoop of that?
Sure you can.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
I loaded up on a few other sweet treats. Then I saw that they also have a custom s'mores station. My
What?
man was lighting up these s'mores with a blowtorch. I had to get one.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Now I realize all of this dessert might make my tummy hurt before I get to all of the real food.
But it just looks so good. I got a cookies and cream cake, the fanciest s'more I've ever seen in my life, and this mango ice cream. I'm trying this cookies and cream cake first. Here we go. I'm pumped. Oh, dude. Now this is what a fancy buffet is all about. Next up, we have the fanciest s'more on planet Earth. This was hand-torched with Nutella on top.
I already had a feeling this was gonna be good, but
Y'all, I don't know if I need to get anything else at this buffet. I could eat 100 of these. I feel like I've died and gone to food heaven. and this is just dessert.
Last but not least, fresh mango ice cream with a tiny spoon.
Oh, dude, that hits the spot. It's light and creamy. Honestly, this was a good move to eat right after the 2 chocolate desserts. All right, so far, we are off to a very good start. This buffet is exceeding all of my expectations, and the crazy thing is, this isn't even the most expensive buffet I'm going to in this video. The one after this is more expensive and even fancier. I am not sure how this buffet can be topped.
But before I worry about all of that, I think it's time for some real food.
There are so many options. What's the most expensive, food I can get here?
Y'all, I'm not sure if I heard him right,
They got
but
Wagyu beef?
I have never seen any buffet serve Wagyu beef. In case you didn't know, top quality Wagyu beef sells for upwards of $200 a pound. So this buffet might be worth it after all.
Thank you.
I also got some sausage from the meat station, shrimp shumai, a little salmon poke bowl, fresh pineapple, and some potatoes.
So the real food has been acquired. This smells amazing. I'm gonna be honest though, the lighting does not do the food justice, but I promise it looks better in person. I'm gonna try the Wagyu first, since it's supposedly the most expensive thing you can get here.
So right off the bat, I could tell something was very wrong with the Wagyu when I struggled to cut it.
Bon appetit.
Not only was it hard to cut, it was also very difficult to chew.
This Wagyu, trash. It's low-key super chewy and does not melt in your mouth the way Wagyu should.
What is going on here?
If the other food items are as mediocre as the Wagyu, I'm going to be very disappointed. Okay, let's try the other stuff.
Thankfully, everything else on my plate was a million times better.
This salmon poke bowl, fantastic. So I just got up for a second plate of food, and I just came across this huge line for something. I don't know what it is, but it is looking like the most popular food option here. It's literally the only spot with a line. Let's go see what it is.
I got in line and learned that this buffet also has an on-demand crepe station.
All of the crepes look so good. I am overwhelmed again. I don't know what to get. Hi. Yes, please. What's your favorite one? The banana? Okay, all right, I'll get that one. Thank you, appreciate it. So originally the plan was to get more real people food, but after getting the crepes, I decided to load up on more desserts. They're so good. I'm normally not even a sweets person, but look at this. This is beautiful. Also, another fun little fact, I don't actually like bananas, but since the crepe lady said the banana foster was her favorite, I panicked. So
Looks good.
hopefully I like this one. We're taking a big boy bite. Oh my god! This is fire. The crepe is so light, and even though there's so much stuff on top, it's not too sweet, which is perfect for me.
Although the most expensive item here was pretty whack, the most popular item, on the other hand, very tasty.
So I gotta say, I am very impressed with this buffet. It smoked the Bellagio buffet by like 1,000,000%. But unfortunately, I am going to have to tap out. I'm getting full, and I have another buffet that I'm gonna be eating at in a few hours. Now there's just one more question left to answer.
I think my reactions made it pretty obvious, but yes, this buffet is worth it. I'm definitely coming back the next time I'm in Vegas. I know I said I didn't want to gamble, but I was in such a great mood after finally eating at a good buffet, I decided to stop at an electronic roulette game.
I'm putting $70 on red since that's how much my buffet meal costs. And if I win, that means the win buffet was free. Let's go. Y'all, that right there is how you get a free meal. Oh my God.
It looks like somebody's luck is finally starting to change.
It's dinner time. Y'all, behind me is Caesar's Palace.
This hotel is home to some of the most popular restaurants in all of Vegas. Gordon Ramsay's Hell's Kitchen, Nobu, and most importantly, the most famous and expensive buffet in Vegas, the Bacchanal Buffet.
Let's head inside. All right, y'all. So I just found the buffet, and I am ready to eat.
Before I could check in, I had to prepay for the meal at a kiosk. The
Damn.
total came out to be $109.11, making it the most expensive meal I'm having so far. Then, because of how popular this buffet is, even though I had a reservation, I had to wait another 30 minutes before I was
30
finally...
minutes?
taken to my table.
All right, y'all, so I just got seated, and first thing I want to point out, this buffet feels way different from the Wynn buffet. The Wynn buffet was more like fun and fancy. This buffet feels like rich people fancy.
Not only is the Bacchanal buffet the most expensive buffet in Vegas, it's also the largest one
No, I
with
wouldn't
over
go there.
250 food options. It's open 7 days a
Damn.
week and serves over 4,000 guests daily. But there is one issue.
I am very overwhelmed right now. I
Feel
was not
intimidated.
aware that I would only have a 90-minute time limit in this buffet.
You have 90 minutes. If you want to
What?
get yourself started and then come back and get the drinks from yourself.
But it's fine. Let's go check out the buffet stations. This place is so big, I just hope I get through all of it and have enough time to eat at the same time.
Of course, we got a seafood station, Chinese station, Korean station, Japanese station, the Mexican food station, vegetarian stuff, fancy people charcuterie, pizza, the meats, and finally, the most magical of all, the dessert island.
There's probably a few stations that I completely left out by accident. My bad. All of this food looks amazing, so let's go get a plate.
Since this buffet has so many options, I was very curious to see what their most expensive item would be.
What's the most expensive thing you can get, like, in the buffet? The crab legs? Cool, thank you. Well, it's time for some king crab legs.
I made my way over to the seafood station, and you could already tell that these crab legs were expensive. It's literally one of the only spots where someone's serving you food. And I also grabbed this scallop dish.
Honestly, everything looks really good, but I am a little skeptical because so far, out of all of the expensive buffets I've been to, the most expensive items have been pretty garbage for the most part. I'm hoping this buffet changes things up a little bit, especially after the long wait, even though I had a reservation. Let's get cracking into these crab legs. I don't know.
Please don't judge me, by the way. I don't know how to use these crab cracker things.
Get the meat right out of the crab leg, dip it in some butter.
I'm not sure if the bar is just set really low because of the other buffets,
But these are pretty fire.
also, quick fun fact about this scallop dish. The guy at the seafood station whispered to me that this dish might actually be the real most expensive item here.
You go to the store, you'll find this one for 45.
So that's the most expensive?
Right here.
All right, thank you. Let's see how it tastes. I'm hoping it's good.
I'm not sure whether these scallops really are the most expensive thing at this buffet, but I am positive.
These are phenomenal. I think out of
Okay.
all of the buffets I've been to for this vid, these scallops are the best thing I've had so far.
This is off to a really good start, but I had a little accident while trying to finish everything on my plate.
I just spilled all the butter. Oh my god, I'm so dumb. Look how greasy my table is now. And just like that, y'all, plate number 1 devoured. It's time for plate number 2.
Since the first round was all seafood, this time I loaded up on the meats. I got a pork taco, wood-grilled lamb T-bone, prime rib, and a Chinese barbecue pork rib.
Y'all, this smells so good. I want to be a good YouTuber and like eat all of this slowly so that I can describe it all to y'all. But I'm gonna be honest, I just want to eat.
I'll still rate everything though. First up, these Chinese barbecue ribs. Solid 4 out of 5 stars. Tacos were okay, the pork was really good, but the tortilla, kinda stale. This lamb, however, was interesting. Little hard to cut, but flavor-wise, very yummy.
Oh, they make some mean lamb here. This is good.
All that's left on my plate is the prime rib, which coincidentally is also the most popular item at this buffet. I'm just praying it's better than the one from the Bellagio.
Oh, just like melts in your mouth. This is a good prime rib.
Damn.
But unfortunately,
That's good.
according to the rules, I believe I only have like 30 minutes left at this buffet. I think I have time
What's
for
up?
maybe one more plate of food and desserts. Y'all, this might be the dumbest thing to get here, but why are there glizzies? Don't mind if I do. I'm definitely not making my money back on that one. No, it fell.
As for the rest of my plate, I wanted to grab something from every other station just so I could try everything this buffet has to offer.
Ba-bam. Plate number 3. This time we got a little tuna poke bowl.
I would've been like
For
this,
fun, some
grabbing
pork lumpia,
plates.
and this glizzy. Let's
Oh.
give this a shot. Okay, I should not have gotten this. This is pretty garbage.
Glizzy aside, everything else was surprisingly very tasty. Look at my face. I'm currently a very happy boy.
All right, y'all. So I've pretty much gotten something from every single station, but there is still one station that I have not eaten from yet. It's time for desserts.
So far, I'm very impressed with the food from this buffet. But,
The dessert at the Wynn was my favorite part of that entire buffet.
so I'm curious how the desserts here will compare. Now, just
They
like the
look
Wynn,
bomb.
there were so many delicious options to choose from, so I just started grabbing everything.
It's beautiful. Everything here. Gorgeous.
I feel like I've said this before, but I'm normally not a desserts guy, but there's just something about the sweet treats in Vegas. This Cookie Monster cupcake, delicious. It turned my tongue blue. This mini creme brulee, just look at my face. I don't even know what this is. It's like a Vietnamese coffee custard thing. Crazy. I even got a cinnamon roll.
So I'm at that point where I am so full that it's kind of starting to hurt. All I have left is this cute little ice cream cone thing. It's not actually ice cream. I don't know what it is. Not bad.
Look
All right, y'all,
good.
it's a little dark, but my time at the Bacchanal Buffet is officially over. I enjoyed this place way more than I expected, and honestly, I think between this and the buffet at Wynn, both of those places have changed my opinion on buffets. So without further ado, was the Bacchanal Buffet worth it? If you have the money, I'd spend it here. Speaking of money, there's one more thing left for me to do. I just bet $109 on black.
Time for a free meal.
Okay.
Bye, have a great time.